G'day guys, Scott from RV Solutions here. Just a quick little bit of information on compliance plates on caravans. So this is where you'll find all the relevant information on a caravan. So there's a few different bits and pieces on here. The main one that you really need to look at when you're selecting a caravan is the tare mass. So this is the weight of the caravan as it rolls off the production line, goes over to the weigh bridge, and this is the bone dry weight. So now depending on what the ATM, the aggregate towing mass, is rated to, that will determine how much payload you got. So in this particular caravan, you can see that the ATM is rated to 3,500. So that's giving you 700 kilos of payload capacity. So it means 700 kilos of weight that you can put inside this caravan. Now 700 kilos translates to quite a bit. It's actually 1,142 cans of baked beans it translates to. Funny analogy, I know, but basically if you can picture where you'd put 1,142 cans of baked beans, you can see it's quite a lot of storage. Caravans like this, they're set up to go on long treks. You have massive tunnel boots, big storage boxes at the front, big storage inside as well. They allow you a lot of room, which often leads people to overpack. You don't need to fill a space because it's empty. The reason you have so much storage is to me you can spread things out and actually get them easily. Like at home, you don't have every single thing in one cupboard. You don't fill it to the brim. Same as in a caravan, you don't have to fill them to the brim. So in that 700 kilos though, you also have to allow for gas in the gas bowl. You also have to have for water in the tanks. If you've got 275 litres of water capacity like this one does, that's 275 kilos out of your 700. So you do need to allow for that as well. People do often think that they need to take a lot more stuff than they do. You've got to remember you've got two 30-kilo suitcases will take you around the world for clothes, cutlery, crockery, plates, pans, all that set, knives and forks. You only need to take enough for the two people if you're going by if you have a couple, or just enough for the family. You don't need spares of everything. One thing that people often do as well is they'll take a jack for the car and a jack for the caravan. One jack will suit both. Take the one. So you don't need two wheel braces. You don't need two of everything. People do tend to overdo it a hell of a lot. We might use this, we might doubt that. So customers have often told me in the past, and that's what we mostly learn from, if you take about a quarter of it, everything you take, if about a quarter of it you don't use, you never take it again the next trip. One customer said they actually put a little red sticky dots on basically everything they take out. So when they actually use whatever that is, they take the red dot off. If they get home, they've still got a red dot on it, they don't take it for the next trip. Just a funny, interesting way to do it. Another little tip that people do as well, have the bathroom scale in front of the door. So basically everything that they took in, they recorded the weight of what they weighed plus that what as, and tallied it up, and they knew roughly how much they put inside the van. All the small sort of stuff, you know what I mean? If you've got time and you're packing, you can do all these things. And yeah, knowing what you're putting in the van is fairly important. There's quite a few people who weigh your caravan for you now on site. You've got Caravan Weighing WA and about another 4 or 5 other guys now who do it too. They'll actually come out to your house and they'll weigh your caravan for you. They charge about $200 roughly, but it's a very good peace of mind. They can also weigh your car for you at the same time too. So you know if your car is overloaded or your caravan's overloaded, or where you can distribute the weight between the two. But definitely something everyone should really go on to looking at the weights of caravans. Again, the main one when you're comparing caravans for buying is the tare weight. That's the true weight. So having a big ATM on a caravan can often throw people off. So say something like a Pro RV, the caravans only weigh about 2,200 kilos, but they've got a payload of over a tonne. So if you look at the ATM, it looks like it weighs almost as much as this one. However, it's about 700 kilos lighter. So don't be thrown off by the ATM. It's that when you're comparing caravans for caravans, it's the tare weight that you need to compare with.